Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot of shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play.
Oh, introduce himself.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll reintroduce it. Yeah, because we gotta,
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Voice Party podcast. I'm here with fucking what's your name again? Marcos.
Thank
See
you.
how it feels? See how it feels? No, I'm just kidding. What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing
It's hot as shit. I don't know why you're.
Yeah, I regret this instantly.
You got the fucking Beetlejuice look going.
Exactly.
With the cheetah print.
I'm here with Black Joaquin. What's up, Black Joaquin?
Hey man, glad to be here.
Glad to be here. And Corday.
What's up, man?
I said that right?
Yeah, you did say that.
Okay, cool.
How do you say your last
Why'd you
name
take
again,
it off, dude? I'm just
fine.
fucking with
Actually,
you.
it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on the same. I threw it on thinking it was gonna be cooler in here.
And just so we're clear, that's not a MAGA hat.
What is that?
Make podcast great again.
Right.
Podcast and America.
Oh, God damn it.
This
I
asshole.
say that.
No, it's a mega.
Hey, we got a
That's
very
right.
special guest. We had him on the show, and it got hit up from a lot of people that it was one of the funniest episodes.
That's not true.
That is true. That is true.
That means it was just JD and maybe Corday. Maybe he called me a cracker as soon as I came in.
Exactly.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Introduce yourself.
Call everyone a crack.
I know. Yeah.
Introduce
No, I
yourself
loved
soon
it.
to our listeners.
Oh, I'm Anthony K. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's cracking?
What is the case?
Cracking.
The case of cracker. Yeah.
Putting on the Ritz.
It's a little different than the last time you were here.
I know. I like it though. I like the more. I just feel like now I'm at my computer chair. I feel like I'm just.
You're reading
chilling
your
at home now.
manifesto.
I'm just leaning back. Yeah, just watching YouTube now. This is
Hey, Anthony, you can't watch porn right now, though. Okay?
No porn. Oh no, that'd be this low. You don't stay this high in porn. You're a murderer. If you sit like this while you watch porn, you're a crazy
If
person.
you're not laying down when you watch porn, you are.
That's right.
That's some real shit, man.
Yeah, or you got to be standing straight up in the shower.
You know the last time you were here,
Come on.
while we were
Hunched over.
recording, they
A little hunch.
Try not to hunch. You know what I mean? It's more like
Posture.
that's when you practice your posture.
Right, it's when you're masturbating in the shower.
Yeah, like you're standing on the back of
masturbating in the
pegs.
shower.
You don't like sit. You like it's like that kind of a thing.
You masturbate in the shower?
Turn into a monster.
I mean, I have.
Masturbate in the shower.
What do you think we did in rehab?
Well, cause
Oh, dude, that's what I talk. Dude, when waterproof cell phones came out, it was a wrap.
crap.
It was a wrap. It's a
Thank
fact.
you.
I remember when people. Oh, dude, I remember somebody. This is how I know my pervert level is very low.
Low.
It's low.
Okay.
Because I was excited about that and when that happened, right? But I knew people that were like, dude, I was putting it in the plastic bag. I'm like, oh, you're a murderer.
Bruh.
Why don't you just wait for the
Saran wrap.
Bro, when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's how y'all was. I was like, okay, that's why.
like you didn't know.
No, I didn't.
Like, okay.
Bro, I didn't. Okay, now I'm gonna go tell the story right now.
They were sticking them in bags.
Bro,
They were using
exactly.
like the river float bag.
Crazy.
Like the one you would take.
Crazy. What happened to all the glass bags?
What are you, fucking Deliverance? Oh man. Hey, you know what was crazy? The last time you were here, while you were here, we found out that Bob Saget died.
That's
That's right.
yeah.
Damn, that's hella long ago.
That's
In
wild.
real time.
I hope nobody dies tonight.
He didn't die while we were here, but like they broke the news.
They broke the news that day, right? And you guys still think it's suspicious, right?
That you were here?
Yes. And also that he just how did he die again? He bumped his head.
He
Humpty Dumpty did.
Don't say it like that.
He was just walking through the.
well,
he fell?
they found him. He was watching Full House while he. No, I'm just
Right. No, what's the story? Because I really don't remember.
I don't know. I just heard he had a heart attack.
I thought
Oh, it was
an
a heart
aneurysm.
attack.
That's what I heard.
I thought it was an aneurysm.
Aneurysm?
I thought it was a head bump thing.
Oh, head bump thing?
That's what I thought it did. I thought it was.
It was a head bump aneurysm heart attack.
It was a head bump aneurysm.
He bumped his head, which caused the aneurysm, and
we
he just
literally
so happened
could
to be having
Google
a heart attack at
Yeah,
the
this is the
moment.
Google.
Yeah, but
We don't have
This
to-
is where
who
we should have
cares?
had a laptop right here.
exactly. Oh, we do, but you know.
That's how I feel like I am right now.
Wait. What's this? What's the conspiracy that you know or you heard of? Because
Nothing. It's just whenever I hear of anybody dying alone completely with a head injury of some sort, I'm always like,
But you never
it
you never
wouldn't
hit your
shock-
head with the car like the
Yeah, but I'm right here in front of you.
So so it was the head. It was yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Remember
That's
Jimmy
true.
Snuka? Remember with his wife, the girl? He was like, she fell.
Yeah. So Vince McMahon
fell.
and Vince McMahon bailed him out, right, Phil? Or you guys?
Yeah,
know the
Vince
story.
McMahon showed up with a briefcase full of money, and then the case just disappeared for like 50 years.
That's when wrestling was wrestling.
Yeah, that's how you solved your problems back in the day.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Now, Corda, you did some research for us.
Did you?
It was a blunt head trauma.
Ah, damn, you're right.
Blunt head trauma, Bob Saget. Wait, blunt head trauma? So that means
said blunt.
he fell onto something.
Or someone.
well, or just,
Whoa.
yeah, who knows?
You think there's something suspicious to that?
Do you? In your heart?
Not really.
No, I do. My spirit.
I bet you he was killed by the guy from the pilot of Full House. He's supposed
It
to
was
be.
the Cobra Kai people.
He auditioned for Cobra Kai.
Because it
Shout out
wasn't
to
as
Cobra
big
Kai,
as a
one of my
hit. You
always
know what I
on
mean? And Cobra was like, there could only be one nostalgic show on this bitch.
Did you ever work with Bob Saget?
Never.
No.
No. I think he's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he horrified people that would go watch him and
Right,
be
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about
right.
fucking
Yeah.
kids.
Imagine taking your
I'm
family.
sorry. I know that's awful and all that kind of stuff, but I'm like, you know what? Good for him.
I didn't know
because I know people would probably show up. There's real assholes showing up like he's really that guy.
Yeah,
from
because
the
you
show.
see
It's
Dave
like,
Coulier stand up like, oh, Danny Tanner's got to be the same.
yeah, like what kind of murderer is watching shows and going, no, that's the real person. That's a crazy.
I actually didn't
That's
know
Misery, the Stephen King's novel Misery, where the girl. Have you ever seen Misery?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
but what do you
that's
mean? That's the plot of it?
No, yeah, she thinks. Remember, she thinks.
She's a super fan girl of this writer, and he crashes a car, and she kidnaps him and nurses him back to hell.
Oh, I remember that shit.
But she's
He
like,
has to write the ending
she
and
thinks
stuff
the
like
story is like real in her head.
Yes, and she's basically beating him so he'll write it a certain way.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
doesn't die in the last book.
It's like a sequel or whatever.
There's people
to
like
something
that. Those are the
popular.
fans you want, bro.
Family Guy did a spoof of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how I know about that.
Those are the people you want buying your shit.
I didn't know Bob Saget was an actor.
No. What?
I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't know Bob Saget did stand up all my life until I heard the Aristocrats joke.
Oh, wow.
This is
Really?
the
Yeah.
younger generation.
Yeah.
How old are you?
27.
27.
I'm not that much.
Yeah, what?
I didn't really know about stand up.
He doesn't get a lot of references to like stuff, so it's like younger. So yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just more like.
I knew about that though,
Right, I got
because that's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to know that to know that.
What's the Rich
Bob
Scratch joke?
Saget.
I mean, I didn't know Bob
Aristocrats?
Saget was doing stand up till I was 25. So
Yeah, well, a lot of people didn't know.
Right.
When they saw him in Half
Well,
Baked,
because
they
I
were
was a
shocked.
kid when Full House was really airing the
Full
whole
House,
time.
I mean, was not on in my home, but I knew that it was. I knew that
thing.
it was good, like, or that it was like a big thing. But I didn't write. I knew more about stand up than I did about.
TV.
Well, no, I guess I
You
did.
know more about stand up than TV?
I don't know when I figured out that Bob Saget was that he also did stand. I don't remember how old I was. I can't think. I don't.
I think my mom and dad told me that the guy from Full House does stand up because he
guy.
crushed it by because he went to like a black room and like shut it down. Like I heard he was doing like black room and stuff like that. And then they were like big fans of comedy. They was like, hey, you know the guy from Full House? I'm like, the dad? He was like, yeah, he does comedy. I'm like, oh, like when he's not at the house? Like, I'm a kid and they're telling me this. That's why. So I'm like when he's not
he's
at
at
the house.
home with
They
his
was like,
children.
they was like, you know he's an
watch
actor,
it.
right?
Go see him. Do the kids come out? No.
I was such a gullible kid. I didn't really just. I think they were telling me like I was like 7, so I don't know why they were telling me like that.
I
but yeah.
remember watching his scene in Half Baked where he says, "I suck dick for cocaine," and I was like, "Oh, it's the dad from Home Alone. He's working. Good for him." You know, 'cause I didn't
Home
know.
Alone. Oh, Half Baked.
Half Baked.
Half Baked.
Have a
Right.
Full House.
Full House.
Full House.
And Full House. Father from Full House, but it was in Half Baked talking about sucking dicks.
What I think is really cool is all his co-stars, like the kiddos in particular, all have nice, warm things to say about him on set. You know what I mean? Like it's not like Cosby.
I gotta bring this up.
Real shit. So
I gotta bring
the blunt force trauma. You know, that's what you want to know.
I gotta bring this up because we talked about this I think twice this week.
What about what? Y'all, we're
Kanye.
talking about- oh yeah, of course. It's still
I don't know,
going.
you-
It's
he's
still
still
happening.
good
It's still happening in this moment, right? Like he just.
Is it?
Yeah,
Did you
because
see
he just
the-
tweeted today about the anti-Semitic thing, the Jews thing, and then about Iran,
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
about the Iran protests. going
What in the
on.
name of God did his idiot say?
He said, well, in the tweet, where's my phone? It's my background on my phone. Hold on.
I saw the one about
Your
Jews.
background on your phone.
He's like, I pray to this tweet every day.
It just came out today. I've only got 2.
That's why he needed the waterproof phone so he could look at Kanye's tweets.
In the shower.
Let's see.
What Kanye said today? Okay, all right, okay.
What was it that he? Because it already got taken down. Because he just got back on Twitter. Elon Musk just let him back on Twitter because he bought supposedly bought the company.
He had made a pitch for it, and then he had to hurry up and retract it because, like, if you make a pitch, they can take you make the pitch for it, like they can take you on it immediately.
They have to, you have to actually pay for it.
Yeah,
it's like a bid almost.
Yeah, so basically it's like a bid, and then it was like, okay, he had to hurry up and retract because they'll take a percentage of the bid if you don't. It's a down payment if you don't retract enough
deposit.
Yeah, so he's gonna pay like billions of dollars and then like not buy it. So he was like, oh, fuck that, I gotta like I was just kidding. Like
it all waste of time.
But it all started with the White Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah.
It did start with that.
What was that like? Did he explain why he did that?
Fuck no.
So as of yesterday,
he said he did.
Just so we could be clear, just as of yesterday, he did purchase Twitter. That's a fact.
What?
Did he?
Yes. So so you could Google it right now.
Okay.
But I'm just saying it happened because it was going back and forth. You're right. There was a bunch of paperwork going back that he wasn't gonna buy it because they didn't know if there were bots on it and all that kind of shit. There's all this goofy shit, right? Which we know there's bots on every social media because they have to inflate the numbers. That's how they sell ad space. They did it with TV first. Now they're just doing it. So whatever. So, so he did do it, but he said, "Welcome back to Twitter" to Kanye. And then Kanye's first tweet was, "Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people."
Goddamn.
So look, all I gotta say is,
that is.
I mean, I don't know what the implication is of what he's saying, but like, here's my thing. They say, okay, I know people are already getting weird about it, but South Park has been making fun of Jewish people and saying wild shit about Jewish people,
making cartoons about Hitler and shit for
right.
Okay,
South Park makes fun of everyone.
That's true.
And I think Kanye's like, no, Kanye's serious.
When you say serious, though, about what part? Everything. This is what I want to know. Has Kanye ever harmed anybody?
He harmed me.
That's and I mean physically harmed or tried to.
No, but I think he's got so much influence where South Park is known to be a joke. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's specifically like Family Guy.
He can influence people.
He can influence people in a way that South Park wouldn't really influence people.
Yeah.
Right? The show creators come out knowing, they know it's a show.
You might hear a story of, oh man, someone went to go shoot up what do they call synagogues?
Right.
Because of a Kanye. That
tweet.
could happen.
Right.
That's what's scary about it.
Well,
I know you wouldn't.
Right, but let's keep it in perspective.
I think.
But let's keep it in perspective.
Right.
That already happens, and that happened in Buffalo at a grocery store.
Yeah.
So what's that about?
Oh, Buffalo, New York?
Yeah. Was that South Park?
I'm pretty sure.
The white boy that walked through the motherfucking grocery store and skipped the white cashier who got scared.
Right.
Sorry. He had a target.
And then apologized to him, say sorry about
Was that South Park?
No.
You feel me? Who was that?
I hear you.
So
that was that guy.
Right.
The hat.
Right. So we know
Not
that.
Phil.
Oh, this.
I'm pretty sure that guy was wearing.
No. Let's not put it.
That's why he's wearing a hat, because he knew he was gonna talk about Kanye. That makes sense.
He's a big Kanye fan. That's how you show. That's how you show it.
Show love. Yeah.
So he brought up a couple things in that Fox that Tucker Carlson interview.
Yeah,
he brought up one that 50% of the babies that are aborted in New York are black babies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason he brought that up was because, as everyone knows, the KKK is who started Planned Parenthood. Right?
That's proven.
That's proven. It's Margaret Sanger is her name. She's a Klan member. She started it because she's with eugenics and all that goofy shit. And so they're counting babies. You know what I'm saying? So he said these things, and it's like, I understand all the other shit. Like, it's probably not, going about it a wild way. But, a lot of stuff I'm like, yeah, that's real shit.
He'll say
that's real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
that's why he was banned from Twitter.
Right. I mean, that's why he just got, he got his, I guess they took that tweet down. So,
Wait, so Elon Musk took that tweet down?
I mean, Twitter.
People took it down.
Twitter as a company.
He broke the rules.
Whoever met,
where he wanted to buy it because he was tired of people not being able to have free speech.
Right.
I'm pretty sure
you could go to his Twitter right now and still see Kanye's other tweets, but that one's gone. But people saved it and already went around already. It's already buzzing around.
Yeah.
What if he meant DEFCON as musically, like he's gonna make some beats?
he's gonna make a diss record against the state of Israel.
Yeah. See.
Also, Kanye's music isn't good right now, so nobody cares.
That's what we mentioned the other day when we were talking. Like, is his music not hitting as much right now?
No.
You got to.
Well, no, because his
Donda
personality.
was incredible.
Yeah.
Donda was good.
You think
Kanye had to make an entire live art piece in order for people to ignore the crazy. All that production value he put behind Donda, not just the beats obviously, but the whole staging, the we're gonna be in a stadium for X amount of days, like, you know what I mean? Like before Donda, building his own church and all this other stuff, his stunts.
He's building a city now, right?
Building
a city.
His stunts from building a cult to being like this Andy Warhol thing. Like, I want to believe that it's because he's tapped into something uniquely artistic.
Right.
But there's a part of me that feels like he's doing all of this so that he can push the music. Is the music as good as it used to be?
No.
I'm one of those folks that quit listening to full projects of his after graduation.
Oh, you missed out on some good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Life of Pablo is incredible. Watch the Throne is incredible.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't count Watch the Throne because this is basically a duo album with him and Jay-Z bouncing off each other, and it is dope.
But Life of Pablo was fucking amazing, especially to come on, and it got Kirk Franklin on it. This is soldier like you. This is soldier like, and then the whole choir comes in. Yeah.
When it comes to all the shit he's doing, do you really think he's passionate about a lot of this, or is it just like a fucking publicity stunt to sell albums?
I think for the moment he is, and then that's why he's like pushing stuff, and then all of a sudden he retreats and realizes that like all this information that he got is like stupid. And the crazy thing about it, he did like the White Lies picture with Candace Owens after denouncing Candace Owens for like influencing him and telling him a bunch of lies, stuff like that. But now they're back together, and Candace Owens is like a whole nother problem in her own self.
Here's what I think about Kanye in general. It's kind of like, anybody see Genius, the documentary?
I definitely caught half of it.
The moment, the moment for me is when Kanye's friend.
Did he produce it himself?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kanye's friend from Chicago.
Oh, that I've heard.
Follows him around.
Netflix. That one.
And
okay,
he's been like recording Kanye since his early days, trying to get signed by the Rockefeller.
It made him look bad, right?
It made him. It actually, if anything, I think it gives you some empathy for the man, because there's this one specific scene where he's giving a pitch to these business guys, and like the director says, at this point I felt bad for keeping the camera on, and you could tell that Kanye was off his meds because he just starts rambling about nonsense, and then the two business guys are just kind of like nodding and agreeing, but you could tell they're getting a little uncomfortable. So he's like, yeah, I had to turn the camera off at this point. You realize this dude is suffering from mental illness. And any stunt you see him do where he's like kicking it with Candace Owens or whatever, they are using this mentally ill man to further their points, and it's kind of sad. He's being used as a puppet.
And then that's what he doesn't realize too. That's what I always said about it. And then like his mad influence. And then right after he did the White Lives thing, the thing that was like posted again was like Van's reaction to when he said slavery was a choice, and then he gave like a whole like 2-minute thing about how you're misusing your platform and how you directly don't feel this because you're a genius and because you're rich and stuff like that, and influences like us, like other black people and stuff, because like you said, he's being used to like say this propaganda, and then it's like they use that part as a way to justify all the things that's like wrong, and they're like, oh no, the black people aren't suffering or stuff like that. So it's like a trickle down effect that they use because of this one powerful like rapper or genius, but doesn't know like intellectually like suffering like affects the black community, like black people.
I have this question for everyone that calls Kanye a genius. Do you guys actually believe that?
Jesus.
Yes.
Musically,
a fact.
Why? Okay.
Have you listened to 808 and Heartbreaks?
There you go.
Okay.
Another one. Yeah.
This is a question I have, because when we talk about like his early stuff, a lot of it, he was a sample producer, right? I mean, how do you call him a genius when he's making music off
he's
things?
winding back, bro.
I'm listening.
No. And this is just plain devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Like when you're.
Let's keep in mind, devil, the key word there.
Yeah. Okay. but like when he samples all this music, makes it big because these songs are already big.
Right. Well,
so how is he a musical genius then?
Well, do you listen to hip hop normally? You a hip hop person?
Not really.
Not really. So
come on, man, what the fuck?
Right. So it's not.
No. That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking from an outside.
But that's what I'm saying. This is like when I found out. I get what you're saying. This is like the Led Zeppelin thing. This is like how like in rock, right? Like you don't know until like you learn later. It's like, oh yeah, they stole all this shit
Muddy Waters
from black people. You know what I'm saying?
Or they covered
all of the music. they stole it.
Right.
It's a fact. They
just
still
like
call
Elvis.
Elvis the king of
Yeah,
pop.
Elvis.
Still to this moment.
Yeah.
And they put it a whole movie.
Yeah.
Don't bring up the kid he was fucking, but whatever. So
His wife.
but Kanye is at the top of that field. If you're a hip hop listener, you cannot deny his cultural, I don't want to say cultural, but his value that he added to hip hop. There's no way, if you've been listening to hip hop for that long, that Kanye did not make
then
some
how many other
revolutionary
geniuses
thing.
He's been like the Kurt Cobain of
in hip hop.
So
Right.
Say?
Right.
In hip hop,
Yeah.
Guru, The Alchemist,
Pharrell.
Pharrell, Timbaland.
Oh, yeah.
So why?
yes.
But why are we like? But why does it seem like in the media they're only like calling him the genius?
Well, because again, his brand is much larger than all those people I just named.
And,
Right.
and he's
His
the rapper,
shoes are much bigger.
The
his
better rapper.
clothing's
of
much
all, yeah.
bigger. But,
Yeah.
right, his hits. If he ever did, remember when I think I watched something recently. He was talking about verses, like doing a verses.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Really? I'd have to just battle myself, really, because I couldn't battle nobody."
You know, I
Not
mean,
Jay-Z.
Right. He said he would never battle Jay-Z because that's his boss.
right.
And he will wash him too. So.
Now,
Big time.
I think where Kanye shines as
I think so.
being, a quote unquote genius is like, these are more than just like random songs tossed together. All his albums
Right. Yeah.
have themes to them. They're arranged very meticulously. Like he's like, I'm going to, like an early Kanye.
He's like a Stanley Kubrick of music.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not just like, I realize that he's not going in and strumming the guitar and coming up with like notes out of thin air, but he's able to do stuff like, I'm going to bring in this choir because I want this specific song. Think of him as like a curator who also writes, right? I'm going to bring up somebody that I think deserves more credit than Kanye, though. And I don't know if anybody here is going to...
This is a hip-hop encyclopedia, by the way.
Jay Dilla.
Oh, Jay Dilla.
Is
How did I not-
so...
right.
This
Right.
man created a new timestamp on like drum rhythm. Like, what was it? Questlove from The Roots, right? Famous drummer said, we could do it the standard swing way, we could do it the rock and roll way, or we could do the drums in the Jay Dilla time, which is its own goddamn thing. And yeah, Jay Dilla samples, but the fact that he was able to come up with his own rhythm that people are still mining today, that is genius. Because
Right.
that's the light in the dark right there.
Right, and it's genius the way that it's all put together, totally.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Kanye can put together, like we said, a whole package. He's the cube. So that's where his genius is. But also,
So
like,
he
I
hasn't
don't know
lost
the
you.
fashion part.
He hasn't lost you
Yeah,
as
the
a
fashion
fan.
is like,
No, not at all. And if he can pull off the city thing, is the one that's the thing I'm supporting the most about him. There is not a single town or city in this motherfucking country that is owned and operated by non-white people. That's a fact.
Boozie's coming up.
Zero. There's zero towns like that in this country. So if he can pull it off, I'm rooting for him.
Now, there
Those
is-
12,000 acres, I'm all in. I'll go visit. People go to Disneyland all the time. That shit's whack as fuck.
Now, there is something I'm going to say
I'm
that
sorry, I got riled up.
I was like, whoa.
No, Disney's cool. This is great. It's so much fun. Magical place. Beautiful.
there is something I'm going to say that like
There goes his Mandalorian spot that he was gonna get.
And you would look good on that, or Andor, a few others. It's like it's like six
see?
Marvel. Six like Star Wars. Yeah.
Oh, that's another Star Wars.
It's another Star Wars show. Yeah.
Yeah, see, take it back, bro.
this is the way.
You could have went on a date with She-Hulk, dude. You just fucking shit up, just burning bridges, dude.
Oh man, like the date
That's what I want.
what
Yeah.
you're saying?
That's what I want. That's what I always aspired to do in my life.
right.
I want to be in a fucking Marvel movie.
It'll help.
And
buy
being on
another, buy another. We'll get into later.
I was gonna say, and being on the voice party just ruined that whole thing.
I know, you guys.
That whole thing.
It's all good, man. Hey, if we didn't get you, the
DC's
fucking
open.
serial killer is gonna get you, or you're over there in your hometown.
That's right. The Stockton serial killer.
Yeah.
You want to move on to that already?
No.
JD's been sitting me. He was like, "Hey, bro, did you know like this sounds Stockton?" He sent me hella
It's
shit.
exciting, bro.
Then he's
We
like,
talked about
he
this.
was like, "Yo, he's in Oakland," and I'm like, "Dude, JD, don't fucking tell
getting
me this
closer and
shit." Like,
Oh, he's telling you like wherever you're going to do a set at.
yeah, basically, he's like, "Oh, he was in San Francisco too." Oh, thanks, JD. All right,
I told
They
him
got
the same thing.
CCTV footage. He's right out in front of Cobb's Comedy Club. He's
bro.
Yeah, he's going to Punchline
He's
on
going to see
Sunday.
Neil Brennan. Like we're just like,
yeah, you're an ass, JD.
Yeah,
I like how you
definitely.
just try to put. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just keeping everyone informed.
No, it's
Do
true.
you think serial killers just go to have fun once in like a day day off.
I'm pretty sure they take a day off.
I
bro.
think killing is their fun.
They have
No, they
No, like
you know what?
they don't just go to the movies and like I've always wanted to see the new Cars movie or
The,
something
the
like that.
Green
Like,
River
have to.
Killer.
yeah,
he would
like
he
you
would
can't
let
just
people
kill
go.
every single day.
every day. It would be so many body stabs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
gotta
what do they
take
do for
days off.
fun?
What
Yeah, you
about
have
the
to
Green River Killer? Who let people
He
go?
would let people go sometimes. One girl, he said she was noticeably young, so he just let her go.
Oh, good for
He
him.
had a good. He had a
He had
moment
a
of
good
clarity.
he had a good heart.
He had a moment of clarity.
I'll get her next time. You know?
He had a good heart.
Wait a few years.
See you in a couple years.
Yeah.
It's just-
We talked about how Jeffrey Dahmer most likely didn't season his food.
For you mean the people he ate?
people,
yeah,
yeah,
no, he
yeah.
didn't. Of course not. And we know that that's why the Stockton serial killer is in the news, because Dahmer's hot in the streets again.
Right.
Yeah, serial killers are cool right now. That's what we mentioned.
Right.
There. Yeah.
And the white people are bringing their fucking head psycho up. They're like, guys, remember this dude from 50 years ago? No one cares.
Does anyone realize how fucked up the Jeffrey Dahmer thing is? Like
Yeah.
everyone like making memes about him and shit like that. Like this was not that long ago, and people were like, "Yeah, my uncle,"
dude.
or like someone was killed. Like someone knew somebody that was killed by him.
What
People are
kind
getting
today?
killed right now.
So-
People did.
What comic said we're like 5 years away from having barbecues on 9/11?
What? Oh,
some
that was
comic-
Patrice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrice O'Neill said
exactly.
that. Yeah, that it's
shit,
going to
yeah.
become a
Yes.
holiday.
and that was soon. That was like yeah. That was yeah.
That was 10. Was that no? How Jesus? We're already at 22, 20. Like,
And that
Well,
is
he
true.
passed in 2011.
Damn.
So yeah,
And that is true.
2012.
They're already. I mean,
Like we got Memorial Day, 9/11.
And this is not the first series on Jeffrey Dahmer. This is like
No,
the
this is
fifth
like
or
the third or
sixth.
fourth.
50th.
No,
Guy
50th.
from-
Yeah. I was gonna say
Jeremy
because they
Renner
just made
played him.
They just made the movie like
dude.
5 years ago.
and now he's in Marvel. So don't give up, man.
Yeah.
I never. Let me just say this clear. I don't know which camera I have to say it into. I never want to be in a fucking whack ass Marvel film ever. That shit sucks. There we go.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So obviously Anthony K is
He's not a
DC
fan.
That's what that is.
No, he doesn't like comics.
He's like restore the Steiner.
Yeah, right.
No.
It's all Dark Knight or nothing. No,
It's all face.
You look like a good like. Was it Todd?
Todd.
You're only gonna
Nightwing. Huh?
Spawn and Hellboy. Isn't that what that
I don't know if
does?
that's an insult because I don't fucking watch any of that stuff. So, you know, I don't know enough about Nightwing. That's I think X-Men. That's Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler. Yeah.
Nightcrawler was badass, dude. I used to play her on the fucking arcade.
Nightcrawler.
That's Marvel right there.
That's Marvel.
That's
yeah.
Marvel.
That's Marvel. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I still don't want to be in it.
Okay. All right.
You wouldn't do it for the paycheck? And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, of
selling
course.
out, selling
Yeah,
out. Okay.
I would use as long as the money went to some dope and I could ruin something in the movie.
Maybe like a comedy club.
Speaking of
No,
comedy
I
club,
wouldn't open.
you don't want to promote your comedy club?
No, I do. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm saying I wouldn't use that money for a comedy club.
Oh yeah. When,
Yeah.
when are you thinking it'll open?
Well, we don't have an exact open date, so I
Okay.
don't want to say that. But we're in the process. We got just some stuff approved recently through the city. It's going to be in Manteca, California.
Oh, shit. Way over there?
shit.
Manteca, California, in the center. You know how like
Nope.
Bay Area, it's up here. You got to go all the way to LA, and there's no comedy clubs in between. And the Central Valley has 1 million+ people, so they like stand up too.
Weren't you like? Didn't you fill up like a theater in your hometown?
Yeah.
before? Yeah, you did. So okay.
Last year, yeah.
Was that the first time?
third time?
Wow.
No
That was
masks.
the third time.
No
yeah.
No masks. Just
No, yeah, there was half masks that time. Yeah,
what the fuck is
How
that?
big is
like
that?
you know what I mean? Like half the people in the room.
Oh
had
yeah,
masks.
yeah.
Half the other didn't. I mean, and we, you know, that's like literally.
the
And let's
I
say
thought you meant that thing where it doesn't cover the nose, so it doesn't
Oh,
actually
like
do
it does this
anything.
one?
Yeah, where it
It's
doesn't do
just
shit.
the chin
and you're just
diaper?
telling everybody you're a fucking idiot.
No, they're not idiots because that's how everyone was already doing it since the beginning. If you didn't, I mean, you could care enough to wear it all the time, like the first year, but mostly everywhere you went, or at least where we were, there was no masks.
Yeah, because you live in Modesto way out there in the fucking
People
city.
wore them because they wanted to, but nobody was fucking around with the mask like that. Like to the point where you couldn't go to the movies or a show. People are still not wearing masks.
The hospital.
Exactly, right? Right up in there.
Well, it's
right
not
up in
good,
there, man.
but I mean, yeah, people were coming out. It's their decision.
It was coming.
You know, the way I support anyone to commit suicide, I support somebody being able to not wear a mask. They don't want to. It's not good. I don't think it's good. It's
Okay,
not,
there we
it's
go.
Not, it's not helpful for the
There we
humanity.
go.
if
Okay.
you're, yeah.
Or their
I
loved
gotta be
ones.
honest. If
What's
you're
the alternative? Force them?
if you're thinking about doing some wild shit like a mass shooting or some serial killing shit.
Wait a minute.
Should
How
he
does
wear
go from
masks?
COVID?
Masks to
No,
Wait,
no,
I
no.
go
Because
from
he's talking
masks
about
to-
suicide.
No, we wasn't talking about it.
Well, I just meant like
okay, never
in the
mind.
way that
See
I got
how
you.
now you got to say it.
No, go ahead. We're here now. Yeah.
Well, if you're thinking about doing some mass shootings,
Yeah, kill yourself.
just kill yourself instead.
Absolutely. No, that's when
that's what I
suicide.
mean. That's what I mean.
Absolutely, suicide is completely applicable there in your brain. If your brain tells you
Yeah.
to go physically harm other people, kill your fucking self. I don't know if it's that kid.
Howard Stern said it before, so we should be okay saying it.
Why?
Because Howard Stern said
because
that.
Howard Stern
he said
said it?
He said it to a guy once, live on the radio.
Is he the arbiter of who could commit suicides?
no.
Okay.
No. There's precedent for this in shock.
Yeah, that's
shock
true.
radio.
Stern, that's true. Yeah. Is it shocking? I mean,
It might be.
It was shocking in the 90s.
So comedy club. Manteca.
oh, the comedy club. Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Your incredibly safe comedy club.
What's the name again?
Incredibly safe. It's the Deaf Puppies Comedy Club. If anybody's familiar with the Deaf Puppy comics from the Central Valley, it's Chris Teixeira, Saul Trujillo, Connor Martin, Andre Morton, Jason Sohm, and Nick Larson, and then the dog.
You got a mask.
Banshee.
Any of them.
Cool.
I know. I had to go Banshee, the dog, which is who is the group named after, because she is an actual deaf Queensland healer.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh, okay.
She's
Cool.
a
Oh, so I didn't know the
So it's deaf, not death.
Deaf.
Deaf.
Yeah. Some people heard death.
Yeah.
But then when they saw it in print, they're like, oh, deaf.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get it.
Deaf.
But it was just that because, we all lived out there in Manteca. We all came up in the Central Valley. There's not a giant scene out there. So, the comics all kind of hung out, did sets together, and so it's us. So it represents kind of the Central Valley comedy.
And everyone's still
community.
active, super active in the group, right?
Yeah, everyone's doing comedy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yes, everyone's doing things.
They're still doing comedy.
Everyone's still doing stand-up.
Okay,
yes.
got it. Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't say active after we were talking about shooters.
Oh, did you have active shooter on your brain?
No.
That's what Marcos is implying.
That's where his brain is at.
That's where your brain. I like it though. I
didn't want to talk about all this dark shit just yet. I wanted to talk about.
You want to ease it in?
Yeah.
Comedy club and then school shooting. We'll go into Uvalde if you want later. That's fine.
Skip that part.
Iran. We could go to Iran too. I know because I watch
following
these
that?
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I am. Because I always see when the country decides to hate Muslims again. It comes in cycles. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to keep that in mind. Like it is about this, and like they're even peppering in. They're like, it's the ladies, huh? They're trying to like make it real sweet for the people watching. Like, come on, it's the first lady, which is true. And all the women out, like, they should be protesting.
Right.
Like, of course,
and that happens
that
so
dude.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have to keep in mind that the Muslim thing is still a thing too, and they're trying to make it seem like, hey, aren't those stupid Muslims over there wearing hijab? That's the way
Right.
That's
You feel me?
Yeah.
And we know that, so you have to keep that in mind while you're hearing this story. That the country, and let's not front, this country don't like women.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not act like we give a fuck like that as a whole country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a bit
hypocrisy.
There's a bit right, and there's a bit of fuck Muslims in there. It's in there. You can feel it as they tell the story. Right.
I'm listening to him right now, and like I don't know if this is like his actual film or like it's like a stand-up bit, because I've seen him
It's
like
the fact.
like talk like
That's
this.
how I
Like
really feel.
He's having his own news.
I've seen him talk like this, like at like Cobb's. Like he's like, you guys think I give a fuck about you guys not liking me? He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm up here. I'm paid for this. Like I was just like, damn.
I think the night you saw me was because it's when the fucking Haitian president got shot in the face.
It was, yeah.
And
Talking about that,
and they were talking about fucking Ukraine and all this stuff and all these things, and I'm like, dude,
Wait, last time you were together, someone else died?
No, this was it was like that week of.
Yeah, Bob Saget, and then it was.
And then the president of Haiti.
So is it
Assassinate.
Did you hear how that went down? The people breaking in said they were from the DEA.
Of course.
It's like, no, that was just a lie. That was just the door. Like,
we might have got some orders. We were, we were wearing basketball jerseys, running around. Dude, the people that killed the
Draymond
president
Green
of
was
Haiti.
leading them.
The people who killed the president of Haiti, I'm not kidding you, dressed like us, just kicking it. Just
Obviously
just
killed by a foreign power.
They could never do that with Papa Doc.
Probably us.
I don't know. I can't say that, right? I don't know. I just saw the story.
Do you use the political like news stories and stuff like that in your act?
Sometimes, yeah, it'll seep in.
You never see? Oh, you never.
I'll seep in for sure. It'll seep in because I mean I watch it.
Yeah.
I do
Middle
like
of the set.
trying to learn. It'll
sold out crowd.
sold out
We're
audience.
just talking about
What do you
that.
find are like the biggest hits within like the political?
Because he doesn't give a fuck.
What do you mean? I just try to get it out because I feel like I can find where it's funny.
Like,
sometimes
do
I keep
you find like
discussing it.
the more like jokes based on like race or parties or whatever, or like news stories specific.
I feel like it's like an album. If you listen to an album, if it's one tone the whole way through, that shit sucks.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you hear the same beat and the same rhythm of the talk, it's like, it sucks sometimes. So if you kind of mix it up a little, you might be able to talk about race for a couple seconds and then go into, you know.
And you're passionate about it, so you can tell when you're performing this shit.
I definitely get passionate about it because it's interesting to me. It interests me. It's like, it's something.
Like I mentioned when we were live the other day, how you know, every time we've talked, it gets dark.
Yeah,
I'm interested in that shit too, so that's why it kind of goes there. Not that I like to talk about it all the time, but
that's a lie.
No, it's true. You know what? I have a lot of conversations about
dark all the time.
Right. And I don't feel like it's. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's dark, which says a lot about my own psyche or psychology because
it's part of life.
Right. And I'll stop talking about it when you guys stop doing it. That's the way I view it. Like, I'll stop when you stop.
Right. Yeah.
Why the fuck? You know what I mean?
Unless you're doing comedy,
Can't stop,
just, you know,
stop,
you're performing stand up. Like, you're in charge there, and if they don't like it, I mean,
that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay if you don't like it. Yeah, right. Some people don't enjoy that part. They might like the part where I just talk about my family and more relating to something like that, my mom, right? Or maybe I talk about something that day, whatever. But if it comes in, it comes in. I feel like it's not fair to suppress something that I have an interest in or I'm living in my daily life. And it's going to seep in.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to seep in.
Oh yeah. And you don't see it as dark, and that's a.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a. Some of the stuff it is super dark, but it is also stuff that happens all the time.
Right.
Every day. Not every day.
That's true.
People get punched in the face every day. B. Sometimes they practice.
Sometimes yeah.
That's true. I mean, you know, some folks.
That's probably the first time it's been televised. You know, like I'm sure that happens way more than that incident.
Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr.
Yeah. Are you talking about in basketball? People have fought on the courts.
No.
Like, that's what I'm saying. This was okay. This is why I hated about this whole thing, right? They was really blowing away. Like Draymond has to take time away and like step away. And I was like, people fight all the time at training camp in sports. I've almost fought some of my best friends during training camp because I feel like they're going too hard. Practice is like hella long. You're exhausted. Like one time, literally, I was out of shape and I was like, hey, we need to slow the pace.
One time, Corday? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But it was like in football, like we're trying to get back into shape, right? And then like they're speeding up the pace. Like we give like linemen get like a certain amount of seconds to get like there and back, right? Yep. And they keep like going hella fast. I'm like, no, bro, let us breathe. We trying to like we ain't in shape and stuff like that. And then like as I'm like yelling at somebody, slow the fucking pace down. Somebody says, all right, go. And I almost this is one of my best friends. I like wound my fist up and almost socked him in the fucking head because I was that damn tired. Right. But like fights happen all the time. I remember
fighting friends is healthy in my opinion.
Yeah. This is like practice.
Fight,
And then another time, right? I was like in the middle of practice, like this. I'm like blocking my homies, right? And he's trying to do the swim move. He keeps pulling the back of my fucking helmet. I was like, dude, stop pulling the back of my helmet. It's like, you just mad because I'm getting past you. Wasn't going nowhere. So he just literally just like pulling my helmet like this, right? I remember he went again and he pulled my back of my helmet again. So I was blocking him like this. I just took my thumb and I poked him in his throat, and he couldn't breathe. He was like, he didn't want to. Right? He was like, you motherfucker. I was like, you gonna stop pulling the back of my helmet? And then my coach like told me, he was like, hey, go sit down for 5 minutes because you poking your own teammates in the fucking throat. I was like, did you not see he was trying to pull my fucking helmet off?
Right. And that's right. That's like sport. That's that communal kind of whatever camaraderie that ends up happening. Yeah. And sometimes it happens. It's ugly, but no one's dead.
Exactly.
No, he punched him, and it's like it's shitty, but
like football's going on right now.
It shouldn't happen.
We do this on Sundays. But every training camp, there's always a massive fight.
Yeah.
There's always a fight. Then like teams like scrimmage against each other. There's always a massive fight. So to say like Draymond punched his teammate, like, so why is this news? Like,
I mean, well, I think
what
for
are the
people that aren't,
did something happen to him? I didn't follow the story.
They're trying to trade him, right?
Who
did he punch?
Jordan Poole?
Jordan
no,
Poole.
they're trying to re-sign Jordan Poole and like it was like Draymond's out here because like his skills are deteriorating. They're eventually going to like sign like Jordan Poole to a contract extension, and like Draymond wants a new deal. So it was like all this other bullshit, but it's really just like this happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's news for people who either have didn't don't get down like that themselves or haven't in a long time. Like some dude who's sitting in a cubicle and they go to their 9 to 5 every day. They come home and like, oh damn, these grown ass men are fighting in the middle of the. That's unprofessional because their lives are different. That's why it's weird. That's why it's new.
Also, I think it's some people who like didn't play sports
or don't watch sports.
Yeah,
I said that people that's not part of their lives.
That's probably the biggest one.
Because it's
they're just living in a different existence. They don't watch sports like that because they already view it as a world. It's just
a violent.
It's just already.
But when you are in
what's going to
sports,
happen to him? I'm like,
well, also we already know that Draymond's like just also aggressive in general.
Yeah.
Like
he's the heartbeat. Like he's the one heart. He's like the dude who always gets in everybody's face, hold them accountable and shit like that, and to say shit because like nobody else on the team does that. Nobody, like like he's the one guy like getting up and like he'll like possibly fight other teammates. I mean, not teammates, but like other people's team. Like he get up in their face, like yo, what the fuck are you doing and shit like that. Like like he was getting to it with the Celtics. Like that he brings the toughness that the team doesn't have sometimes.
Right. And that comes with testosterone flow. And when you're an athlete, you got a lot of testosterone bumping. You don't have the same level of testosterone if you're a lawyer. They're gonna be like, you're gonna get sued for all that fighting. You know what I mean?
That's just ego.
And I'll be the one. I'll be the one handling the lawsuit. I'm the lawyer, right?
I mean, you need that if you're in that competitive level.
Exactly.
You can't turn that shit off.
It just comes natural when you're an athlete.
Just
on that
literally every face-off you see in the fighting world, there's a goddamn fist fight at the fucking conference. They dap each other up and they're like do the picture. And they get close, like fucking. Like what?
The guy's in the middle, like fucking ready to get in.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. You're like Jesus Christ every time.
Yeah.
All right.
But they said
it's what they're bred for.
When the video got linked, I was like, me and my homie was talking. I was like, yo, that motherfucker who linked it, they must have got paid
$50,000 to $100,000. That's what someone's.
For real?
Yeah, someone was.
I heard it was $2 million.
No.
Because TMZ paid for it. But I'm like, yo,
TMZ, they're the ones you want to sell that shit to.
Draymond Green.
No,
TMZ
bought it. They said $50,000 to $100,000 is the range that they think they bought it for.
That's it? Nah. If I'm getting fired from the video, because you fired, right? Like it's like you
No, but you don't know.
You gotta have enough money to start your own video production.
Nobody's seen it, and all of a sudden, a day later, the video is just out there. All of a sudden, there's only one dude recording practice.
You're definitely getting fired.
You're definitely getting fired.
But it looked like off a cell phone recording. It didn't look like.
It was like a cell phone recording.
Okay, but
so that could have been from
you recorded from your cell phone the video that you weren't running and stuff like that. Yeah, they know who it is. Like, it's only a few people who record practice. Like up there, there's like one, maybe two people. It's usually just one person.
When you go into their training center, because I was working at Chase Center. When you go in there, you have to like check in your ID and know where you are. You have to let them know I'm going to be in this corner replacing wires. Like, okay, they know where you're going to be, so it's not like you could just sneak.
And so I knew that you was recording the shit. And then you sold it like
it was from a very specific angle too. Like he was up there. So you're right.
So I'm like, okay. The video guy's now fired. Like how much?
Okay, but honestly,
hey, somebody tell John he's fired.
Exactly.
How much you sold it for? Bag of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
what?
Do you think TMZ would have bought that for $2 million?
I'm sure they bought for other shit for more.
No. I know other shit, but I don't think that was big enough because this is gonna blow over in 2 seconds.
It's 3 times champion, bro.
No. But they're still from the Bay Area. Nothing from the Bay Area lasts in Hollywood news.
But for the TMZ,
no, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
But to promote the TMZ sports aspect, because you think TMZ just regular news, but to promote TMZ sports act, like to get that, like, we only got this,
It became a big story too.
It became a big story. It was huge. Nobody had video. Who was first to get video? TMZ.
Like, why are they so shocked? That's what
TMZ gets everything.
It's just like that. Like they're throwing the pinch of the what you said in Iran.
Oh yeah,
It's a little pinch of these things
for Draymond.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, I mean like
Wait,
got the video. Let's make this a big story.
Right.
Oh, gotcha.
It was already a story, and then it was like
it was gonna die out in 2 days if they didn't get that video.
Yeah, exactly.
It was gonna die out.
And it was like, oh, this is crazy, and then it just blew up again, like on social media. So I'm gonna take time away.
But honestly,
he had to get a press conference.
Let's go back to the Deaf Puppies Comedy Club.
Oh yeah, don't you have a comedy club opening up?
Speaking of people being punched at comedy shows,
you don't have a date, but when do you anticipate to start up? Have shows coming up?
Wait, do you have?
Let's say
building secure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's ready.
Well, it's not ready inside.
If all goes well.
Yeah.
Okay.
If all goes well, let's just say
there's a shitload of inspections you still need to do
with everything. Let's just say hopefully before February.
Wow. Okay.
That's soon?
Maybe March. Let's say March
of 2023.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the last meeting.
Maybe April. Maybe April. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
I mean, but that's
I just
still-
don't want to say because I feel like it's like I don't. We really don't know. If I believe me, if I had a date, the second I would
When
do
did
it
you start
come on
this
here and
process?
say, year ago, less than a year.
Okay, so that's
less than
actually
a year,
not
less than a year ago, I should say.
That's not a terrible thing to even be
That's pretty good.
I don't think it's terrible.
There's some projects take way longer.
Take years and years.
Right.
To open up.
How big is the venue?
Like how many seats is the showroom going to be? 122 seats.
Oh, okay.
Why specifically 122?
That's just the number we agreed. But you're asking the guy who's in the room, so I know the numbers. It wasn't really a conscious decision, just as much as that was the space we had.
Okay.
And we wanted to make it that
It's like how much comfortably could we sit without breaking fire
right.
code?
And you don't want to go big. Comedy clubs I don't feel like right. That's what theaters are for.
Right.
Comedy clubs are supposed to be intimate.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
you know,
The reason I bring this up is there was this bar. They were working so hard to open up. Factory. Do you remember how long they took to open up?
I worked there.
Almost 2 years to open up. Once they opened up, pandemic hit the next week or so.
oh shit.
But they still made money.
They still made money because they were open outdoors, but it was a process. So
they were selling booze.
I'm sure there's a difference now as far as opening businesses with COVID protocol.
Right. Yeah. There's.
I was gonna say
pretty much none.
I was gonna
but
say,
still,
they still probably have COVID protocol meetings,
for opening
per se.
up.
Yes.
Exactly. I did a show out in Modesto one time.
Legally,
and it was
we've
like
had
we're
our
anti-
Whoa! Watch what you say now, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
No, you're right. The show's never stopped. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So yeah.
Anyone who told me that people slowed down in COVID, but there was not a lack of shows.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah.
They were everywhere.
That's why I did one in Modesto. It was like it was available.
Rocking all day.
I just wore a mask.
There's a lot of comics that come out of there. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comics that come out of there. It has a big scene.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of comedians. Yeah. I mean, I could start. You want me to start naming them?
No.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. You want me to start
I don't know
launching
any of
into
them,
it?
so go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Marcella Arguello.
Yeah.
She's big.
Chris Tinkle.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm thinking ones I didn't name from the Deaf Puppies right now, so I'm trying to go. Serena Gamboa is not in any particular order. I'm just gonna see how much I can access this.
Wait, you said this was best to worst?
Brain.
No,
I'm just yeah. I just talked. Who was it? Mark Maple, Marcus Peveril.
That's nice that you remember everyone's last name.
That's.
I think that's a good list.
Hold on, I'm going. No, there's way more.
Anthony K.
The brain is awful. Yeah,
Start naming the Deaf Puppies to get it'll buy you time. What's the Deaf Puppies?
I said I said Taylor already. Taylor just came in.
I didn't know Chris Tinkle was from there.
Oh no, he's not from Modesto.
There's famous people
from
Modesto too, right? Like other not just comics. There's
George Lucas, Jeremy Renner, the dude who played the Hitman when they first did Hitman when they adopted it from the video game to the movie. I forget his name.
Timothy Oliphant.
Timothy, it was trash. Yeah,
I was upset about.
He's a good actor though. He's made some good movies. So.
Yeah. He's not the whole production.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot, and then the world's largest winery is in Modesto.
Oh,
the biggest manufacturing of wine comes out of that town.
Yes,
Gallo.
I love when people like.
Oh shit! Okay,
I've learned a lot about.
I've drank a lot of Gallo.
Yeah, and they ship and produce the most wine on the planet.
Really?
Out of that town. There's the second closest winery is literally like 30 miles away from them. The second largest winery. It's called I think the company is called Bronco Winery now. It's been bought up by a different couple companies, but the Gallo family is they're the biggest thing. They're the Google in Modesto.
Damn.
They're
wine
because they own.
They're the ones that sell wine at like Target. Like when you go to Target, you can find
and high-end wine. And like at the stadium,
well, I'm sure they do.
Right? No, they do. I just mean that because they're the bigger. They cover it. They
cover the spectrum.
They cover, but they started as Bartles and James and like making because they were bootleggers.
Yeah.
They started before during Prohibition, so they were slanging. Got their money up. But we don't call them drug dealers, of course, because they are white. and they like New Amsterdam vodka. That's like one of the official sponsors of like a stadium, I think, in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
That's Gallo.
Oh, no way. Oh,
wow. That's Gallo. E&J Brandy.
Also Gallo.
E&J stands for Ernest and Julio Gallo. That's what the E&J stands for.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, and they.
So they produce everything.
So their company is completely vertically integrated. They own the whole process.
So the farming to the packaging and
to the glass to the logistics of the truck to the it's fully vertically integrated.
That's like
so that's not even a winery. That is a That's a distribution.
It's everything.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah, right. It's an everything. What?
That's a comedian owning his own comedy club.
I mean, I want to get to that level. Yeah, I would love to get to the gala level of that. Yes, that would be incredible.
What would that look like?
I don't know. In a comedy world?
In a comedy world.
I guess it would be that you'd have to have the media portion of it, like you would have to have the club, the multiple clubs, I guess, like because
you would have to be the Live Nation of.
Right, you'd have to be Live Nation.
HBO would have to be filming up in there.
What I meant to say is,
I mean, not HBO. You'd have to have your own HBO because again, Gala doesn't go to any third party.
So you
they
do everything.
do, but not in. They don't need to.
Right.
They're doing it for business if they're doing it.
What I meant to say is like
they're partnering. You know,
like I've asked you before is, I mean, you have a place to do comedy full time now. I mean, you can bring in other.
I mean, no, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I do in Northern California at all times.
That's true. No, I know. But now
I can go anywhere and do stuff.
But now you're close to home.
I mean,
true that.
I mean, that's what I mean.
No, I know.
That's,
But I think it's for the comics in the Central Valley. Is Corday cleaning up a spill that happened on the wires right now? Yes. Is that what?
Yeah, your camera just cut out.
Don't get electrocuted.
I know. I feel like I'm gonna get zapped. I didn't know that.
I was gonna say. I mean, but thinking about like, would you ever partner up with maybe not Live Nation, but like Another Planet, which is like kind of like Live Nation but smaller?
You kind of have to, right? I
mean, to get to that level, right?
Yeah, I feel like if we could avoid it, I'd say yes. But
let's say because you're not getting those kind of deals with Live Nation unless you can avoid it, right?
Right.
Which is kind of a contradiction.
Right.
Once you're at the point where you don't need them, that's when you want to make the biggest deals you can because you can get those $100 million, almost $500 million deals.
Right. And the fact is, you don't need them.
Right.
They're just an option.
Right.
But don't think like.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying like do it. You know what I mean? I rock with Live Nation. I rock at the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm there. But I just mean that like they know that like if there's comics bigger than Live Nation.
Right.
Dave Chappelle's much bigger than Live Nation. Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that Dave Chappelle could go to any venue that's not Live Nation and still not have trouble selling tickets.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay. It's just a tool you can use, but there's you know.
Yeah, it's a business. It's a giant company that has
that's going to do all the logistics for you.
It's going to do the vertical part for you.
And all he's got to do is show up.
You just need to do what you do until we're done with you.
Yeah.
How much of a headache has it been to get this process going? Because
it's wild. I mean, it's new. I just like it because it's new. It's something that I've never
a new challenge.
Like learning and all this kind of stuff.
Because you already mastered stand up. Let's be honest. Like
I've not mastered stand up at all. If I mastered stand up, I feel like I would be in a.
You'd be Live Nation.
No, I wouldn't be Live Nation. Maybe I would, but I don't know. It just mean that I would be in a different position in my own career.
For sure, I see what you're saying, but
I don't think I've mastered it. No.
Or you'd be the Gallo.
I'd be right, yeah. Or just no, but I mean funniness. I don't feel like I'm the funniest.
Right.
I just feel like I'm funny. I'm confident that I'm funny.
For sure.
I'm not the funniest.
No, I know. That's
right.
You definitely are in my book, bro.
Thank you. I mean, I appreciate that. I just mean that like that's how I view it.
Got it.
If it makes you feel better or worse, you said this to the last 6 comedians that came on.
That's
right.
He
likes everyone, dude. It's bullshit. He's just trying to stroke my ego. It's good enough.
Which, let's be honest, as artists, that's what we go. That's what we do. That's what we do it for.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Sometimes, yeah, it's true. Yeah. It is pretty to stand alone and think people want to hear you speak is already kind of, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new wave of or the new
this guy's still cleaning
his mess?
He's slower than Chevron at cleaning spills.
Fuck,
those ducks are dying, man.
I like that little news BP oil reference. Yeah, there we go.
What were you asking?
How do you feel about the new wave of online comedians and stuff like that versus like how you guys came up?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have to do it. I think it's great because you get to see.
I like to ask people this because everyone's got a different.
No, right? Because it's comedy. It's like it's still.
It's a different.
It's great to see everything. Mm-hmm. You got to see it all. So if any way that you could get it out there and see funny shit, then yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of these guys.
I don't think it's bad.
That do like skits or something like online, and then they can pack out a room all of a sudden.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys
that have been doing it for 10 years.
Right, and there was that whole thing. Right, there was that whole.
There's that get off my lawn, like you said, that get off my lawn mentality.
Right, but that's again, if you're a business, that's the business. That's what they're doing.
Right, that's what it's all going to. everyone's eyes are online.
Yeah,
so
right.
Might as well get
and Live Nation is Instagram.
I mean,
Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're the comic and you're making money at those things, but please believe the ads that are coming in between your shit is where the money's being made.
Right.
Yeah.
like I'm no comedian, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that like skit writing is a different skill altogether than stand up, you know. And maybe these guys are good at writing sketches, and that's cool. But if they're trying to branch out into stand up and they've never done it before, and they pack a room and they bomb, right? That's like
right. We see that that sometimes too, right? Yeah. That does happen. I mean, and it's just because sometimes I will say this: stand up sometimes will keep you culturally relevant on what's funny. Sometimes, whereas like in the Instagram world, sometimes I'll see comics doing jokes that are like, I wish I had an example right now, but I've seen it before where it's like that was year one in stand up. Like I remember doing that kind of joke the first time I did stand-up.
Yeah.
So this comic, even though they have 2 million followers, they're not culturally aware of stand-up. That's going to be considered hack to the stand-up world. And then again,
lesson 101.
Right, lesson 101. They're not going to have that because sometimes they don't even care about stand-up.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't watch stand-up.
Like you can tell when a joke hasn't been performed live in front of like an actual audience, not just as a post.
It's like lack of confidence, stuff like that. Or like the thing that you always can tell, like if a comedian is new, is if they take the mic out of the mic stand and it's still right there instead of moving it out the way.
It's fucking like this while they're telling jokes.
Or it's just like,
I just want to thank everybody for being here.
Yeah, like hey everybody, how's it going? And it's just like right there next to him. Like it's kind of just like you can move that. It's kind of a nervous thing because you're so worried about like trying to remember your jokes.
Yeah.
You forget to just move the mic stand out the way.
It's your space.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's your space.
It's always a go-to. Like if you guys ever go to a show or something like that, like or a local show or something, you just see like the mic stand directly towards the person.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're new. Like I'm really like whenever I see comments, I'm like the mic stands. I'm like, are they new? I start asking people like, they new? Are they new?
Or when the host says, "Are you ready for are you ready for your first comedian?" And everyone's looking around like, well, then who is this fucking who is this fucking dickhead that just walked? Was it the server?
Yeah,
just walked into the middle of the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did an open mic, the one at Copper Spoon, and this lady, this is gonna be my first day. She's like, "You're gonna be shocked. I'm really good." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She was in her like 50s, and she went up there and she did 2 jokes. And like, "You guys must have not heard me when I said that joke earlier." And it's like,
she repeated it.
She repeated it.
Wow, she did that sober. Usually comics do that drunk.
And then she says, "I guess you guys aren't feeling me. I'm about to leave."
Was she white?
nice to know when to bow out.
That's awesome. Just walk right
I love
off
seeing
stage.
that shit though. That makes my day when you see some wild shit like that. Like someone's first day at comedy.
Oh, I seen a comic in a competition just walk off in the middle of the set. Just go, nope, we're done, player. Like, just walk straight out of
There's
it.
no fucking way.
Yeah.
It's already been an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been
No,
boring everything for an
that means
hour.
that's a good thing. That feels like it was 15 minutes.
I just leave, just walking out of the competition.
Yeah. I saw somebody do that a couple times. Yeah, just leave.
When you see new
like 3 or 4 minutes into their set, and they were like,
No way.
Whoa. And I remember it's like, I'd rather just bomb.
Wait,
You know what I mean? I'd rather just start what the fuck?
And is it worse if they like stay and watch the rest of the comedians and you like walked off?
At least walk right to your car.
Yeah,
right?
your car leave. Right, just get the fuck out.
Now, were they doing well before they walked off?
No, that's why they walked off.
Okay, all right.
Right, but I mean, but I know what you're saying.
Oh, I've seen that. Remember that guy? We did that show where the guy was singing and he was singing real good, but he was so shy that he walked away.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen that. I mean, that's different, but
that happened to one of
that
ours.
was the show. Yeah.
Is when you see new comedians like that, or not walking off, but just like in general, is there any advice that you like to give to them?
Yeah, dude, stay in the pocket. Stay bomb, dude. That's the only way you're going to get funny anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go up there and just suck.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it. It's okay. Like, the worst the audience is going to do is go, fuck you. Or they're going to, I did just see that woman, I just saw on Twitter today, some girl, I don't know where she was at, they threw a beer at her. And I was like, eesh, that was fucked up. I can't remember her name, but it was.
It's disrespectful to walk out on the audience. I feel like, dude, they're still watching you even though you suck. Like,
right.
That's give them a fucking show.
You can give them the out, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I mean,
they're gonna laugh afterwards at how bad you bombed.
Right.
You're still entertainment.
Because you give us more things to talk shit about you for.
Yeah, right.
Right.
The longer you stay.
Right.
And I guess we're still talking about you, so or all publicity is good publicity in that way.
Just go
in that way. No.
Right. Like
not in life.
Yeah, right. Like I would just say stay in the pocket. Like you're not gonna always be funny. So just stay there. It's okay. If you really think every night you're gonna be the most hilarious person on the planet, you're a delusional asshole, and you probably shouldn't be doing stand up already.
What's your worst bombing story, bro?
He's like, I've never bombed.
I've bombed so many. My worst bombings? Oh,
I told you about your first time doing stand-up, which was a great story.
Right. I didn't bomb, though. But
we were going to do Voice Party Awards, and best first time performing stand-up, I nominated you as one of the best ones.
I definitely have one of the wildest stories that I've met from other people's.
Don't invite your mom to your comedy.
The opening of the comedy club.
Oh, she won't come anyway.
But for worst bombing that you can, and hopefully it was something you got like paid hell.
Yeah, I feel like okay, well that's a good one. Yeah, definitely. I did a corporate one time for DoubleTree for the Hilton, and they had the whole HR sit like basically like it's just me and you, like they're front row like this, and there's six HR people, right? And then
like America's Got Talent.
And then the very back table in the far corner of the room was all the cleaning people.
Oh shit!
Right, and they were all Mexican ladies. You know what I mean? Right. It was in Modesto, and I went up and I made mention of it. Like I'm like, really, you gonna sit these fucking unfunny like HR people right up front? Oh, these people, they don't, why would you even have them at the comedy show? Yeah. And then like,
it's the exact opposite of where you put it.
Right. Like I did a joke, and they just stonewalled me. Something about Mexicans, and then the Mexican lady started laughing. And then I was like, yeah, of course you can put the cleaning ladies in the shadows. You know, I started bringing that stuff up, dude. The guy cut me it got silent after a while, and then at the end, I just remember the guy coming up and giving me the check, and he goes, yeah, that'll be our last time.
They see him punk.
Yeah, the HR people are just sitting there thinking about all the ways to write you up, and they're like, oh no, he doesn't work for us.
Oh, that's right, he's contracted.
Son of a bitch.
And that happens, you know what's funny is that happens a lot because like people go to comedy clubs and they're watching you when they're not around their work people, and they get drunk and they have the funnest time at the club, and they're like, dude, this will translate for sure at my dental office. And then there's just some poor lady that shows up that fucking prays to Jesus every day and thinks that, you know, is not, doesn't know of any murders going on the planet, and just shows up, and they're like, dude, this guy Anthony's funny.
Did you stick around afterwards?
Oh, sometimes. I mean,
no, for that one.
That one, fuck no. I got the fuck out of there. Took my check and just left.
That's funny.
But it was bad. It was. I mean, I got stoned. They laughed like in the beginning, but then it just got real uncomfortable. And for the Rotary Club years ago, but that was a combination. Like I bombed horribly, but it was funny because the other comics were bombing. Like, okay, they did a whole ceremony before we went on the stage, right? And they had their sacred little bell they were like doing. Right. And the first comic that went up, his name's Mike Betancourt. Have you ever met Mike Betancourt?
I've never met him.
Mike Betancourt walked up on the stage and grabbed their bell, and he just started in front of like
no boundaries.
Oh shit! After they just did a whole ceremony where they were like, "This is Shannon. She created aqueducts in a small town in South America where they can now receive water." Like this whole ceremony, and Mike goes right up to the fucking thing and just starts shaking it.
Oh my god!
You can see the whole audience just go, "Why did we book the comics? Why would we have them show up?" And I had to
that doesn't even make sense at a Rotary Club.
Oh, it was the worst. And at 1 p.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't meet at like midnight.
This is the thing. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I do a corporate show, I'm like, I feel like sometimes you're hiring me to humiliate me.
Right.
So we gotta go extra hard if I feel any of that energy.
Look at this piece of shit. Yeah.
Look how we could have turned out if we not gotten our business degree.
Do you feel me? If I didn't scam people out of real estate, you know what I mean? Damn.
Forged
I could have went and got my higher. Yeah, I could have went and got my higher education, but still hated Muslims.
Oh,
I could have been with those tiki torches saying they will not replace me.
Oh shit, man! Something happened to Courtney.
He just left.
He just was like, you know what? There's so much water. I'm done with this. I'm sorry, Corday.
Oh shit!
Okay, my bad. I feel like
I can't think of the fucking. I can't stop thinking about the band.
Oh, dude, Mike Bencourt, greatest thing I've ever. And then Ryan Lefty Anderson, another comic. He doesn't do stand up anymore, but he's from that. So he opened his set with talking about pissing on his girl in the shower. You know, like taking showers together and peeing on it. He's like, I pee on the back of her. Like, she never knows because, like, he just went into this whole thing, and it was incredible. And then they're like, Anthony, you're up next. I was like, all right, man. I'll try.
Were you the headliner?
No, I don't even think I was the closer. No, I think I was just one in the mix somewhere. They're just like, after all of this, we go up.
Wow.
I'm like, okay. This is like year 2 in comedy.
That's funny.
It was amazing.
Yeah, but those corporate gigs can be fun though.
Oh, dude. Sometimes, yeah.
I did a corporate gig for Richmond. I won't say the name of the institution because they were just here earlier, but
oh, that narrowed it down probably.
Just watch the episode before this one. Find out.
If you go back 3 episodes, I'm not gonna say their name, but they were definitely on.
It was
The only corporation we've had on this season.
It was the opposite where everyone was shrooming.
Oh, okay.
And they were just
Do
shouting.
they want everyone to know that they were doing drugs?
No.
Just kidding.
They were just shouting.
Yeah.
It just felt
shouting
like they were
stuff.
shrooming.
They were laughing, but then they were giving me ideas on how the joke could be better.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
That's amazing.
They're trying to help you.
Yeah.
They were just feeling so zen and centered.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, actually, you could have went this direction.
Maybe don't
with
say
that.
Martin Luther King for that punchline. Like, oh, cool.
Jeez. So, like, we just didn't feel like it was an appropriate time to do that kind of joke.
Oh man, we're at an hour, bro. That was
We're at an
amazing.
hour, yes.
That was hella fun, man.
Dude,
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you guys. I could talk to you guys forever.
I know we
This shit's
could.
always fun.
We gotta do a part.
We gotta have you
2
back.
to this.
I'm down. Whenever.
Yeah.
Part 3, right?
part
This
three.
is part 2. This is part 2.
Because the first time, like, I didn't really know you that well at the time, and I think we've talked a little
We're
bit
doing
more.
the Mexican goodbye thing right now, where you leave in the party and
then
just
you
talking to you for
continue
another
the party in the
46
parking
minutes.
lot? Yeah.
Fucking cameras are gonna shut.
I love
down.
you, bro.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But yes, go ahead. Will you finish what you're saying? I'm sorry.
Well, no,
My bad.
like now that I know you better, it's
Yeah.
kind of this feels a little bit easier, you know?
Yeah,
Because
of course,
after you came by, then you did the show. We came out to Richmond.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, the first time I was already out here in the Bay
I was
Area.
intimidated
I think so.
reaching out because this
What?
guy's like big deal.
I'm not
comedy.
big deal.
I mean, you own your own comedy
I'm
club.
nobody. I'm part
you hear this
owner of
guy?
a comedy
You hear
club.
this guy?
I'm a business partner in a comedy club.
I hate when people say that because you are.
I'm not. I wish it would reflect in my bank account. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go to
Well,
Egypt.
it will.
I'm trying to go to Egypt 3
will.
times. I know
It
it's
will.
coming, but I'm just mean right now. Hurry up, universe. Fuck. Tired of watching.
You feel like that sometimes? Like, oh God, we're like this fucking shit's taking forever, man. What has it been like? 11 years now? 12 years? How long?
2009 is when I started.
2009.
So yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's
12 years.
That's 12
Yeah,
years.
13.
Yeah. So yeah, I get. Of course. Yeah. Like fuck, dude, this is exhausting.
Any minute now, Marvel's gonna hit you up, bro. And
I never want to do a Marvel movie. Keep it right here,
Hear
so
him
that,
say that again.
even if something like that came up, they'll be like, "Nah, we found an old video of you inside of a Grand Theft Auto
Hey.
spray."
hold on, if fucking what's his name? The guy that directed Guardians of the Galaxy, all those child jokes he made.
James Gunn?
James Gunn.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I mean, but all right, he's the right color. So
I mean, of course, I would work with anyone that would want to work with some stuff. It'd be badass. But
no, for sure. No, it's
I'm not
your
like I've never in my life would be like that's my.
End goal.
Not even like I wouldn't be like my. I know that sounds.
I don't know why that
I would
came
be
up.
more. I'd be more. You know what? If in a horror movie, I would want to be like in a horror film.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Which I'm also working on one with Luke Soin.
Hey.
It's called Canceled 2.
Hey,
Oh, so
We're
there's
making
a
it right
first
now.
one?
We made a first one, a little short
We're
8-minute one. It's not really a horror film. It's kind of.
We actually might be working on a horror that I'm writing soon. So
Yeah?
we'll hit you up.
Fucking
man.
A, dude.
And this award-winning filmmaker, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys making Well, I want to see your films.
Well, we made a film about JD. It's streaming on Tubi right now. Unhealthy Comedian.
Yeah. It's a journey of.
I hope
Promote
by the,
it.
I hope by the time this comes out, that other.
We'll talk about
We'll talk
off
about
the
it.
air. Who
Off the
knows?
air.
Yeah.
All right. So
knows?
this document.
Well, we made a movie about JD's weight loss.
Hey, here's about my weight loss journey.
Ask him how it went.
So it's like a supersize me instead.
It has that Rocky ending where he doesn't win at the end.
It was
Still
like,
got a statue though.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Over Joe Frazier.
Careful, Democrats don't like statues.
God damn.
Well, yeah.
Here,
Statues
that's-
are weird.
What?
No, they're not. I like a good statue.
Hey, we're gonna.
Do Democrat? Oh, they don't like the white. Yeah. Well, definitely not like because that'd be like if I get that though. Some statues are weird.
Yeah, right.
Like if we had a Hitler statue, that'd be creepy.
Which we're like 5 years from having that shit. Let's be honest.
we've had Robert E. Lee statues in the country, so that's halfway there.
Weren't they
Colleges are named after people that were like. Colleges are named after. I think it was.
Well,
like,
Spelman. Spelman was
Howard.
yeah, right.
They were named after like some of the
black
Rockefeller
colleges.
kids.
Yeah,
of course. Got to always throw a little bit of
can't have
semiotics in there.
Right.
Semiotics, little semiotic action. Yeah.
No, but for real, where can our listeners follow you or
Anthony K Comedy. Anthony K Comedy for everything. YouTube, all the social media stuff.
Okay.
And then how quick is this episode going to go up?
How quick is this episode? This is going to come out
sometime in November.
Oh, okay, November. Okay, I'm just thinking it's something, and no, there'll be nothing that I want to. No.
I have absolutely nothing.
That I want to promote. I mean, hopefully the club will be open around then. So
hopefully
for that,
just a voice party club will open up sometime in the future too, and
what the fuck? I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there with whatever you guys are doing. I completely support.
All right, man.
Because you guys are fucking awesome.
He's like, oh no, it burned down.
Oh no.
He didn't have a rival comedy club in Modesto.
I'm inviting all the HR people your first day.
Oh, dude, they'd fucking hate me.
Now it's really getting burned down.
Yeah.
Hey, Cornet's back.
Hey, what's up, guys?
The return.
Missed the fucking episode.
We just closed out the episode, bro.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude.
please. What
You
happened?
got any last parting words with?
Give us an update. What happened?
Is the floor dry?
Did you find anything new about Kanye while you were gone?
Nah, I did. Elon Musk
And that's
hasn't
the
bought
voice
Twitter
party
yet.
thing.
He hasn't purchased it yet.
He hasn't purchased it, so he does not own Twitter.
Okay, we're back at that.
Yeah,
All right.
back at
He
that.
hasn't purchased Twitter.
Fuck Kanye.
What did he say?
Wait, where did you even get that then? You confidently said that he bought it as of yesterday.
Oh shit.
So this is
Oh shit!
right here.
It was like 40. It was like he bought it.
You gotta show us papers, bro.
It was
Show
like
us
one
papers.
tech thing, but it was like he maybe, and it was like all like.
So it's
different.
not confirmed.
Yeah,
But it's
like he still
speculated.
may. Like,
This is buying Twitter after all. So this is TechCrunch, and then this is NPR. And NPR does say, I will say, it does say likely what he'll likely do with Twitter.
But you said he owns it now.
That's true.
So
He
that's
does
why
not
I was
own
like,
it.
he does not
I
own
stand
it.
corrected. He does not own it.
Still speculative at this point.
He definitely tweeted "Welcome back to Twitter" to Kanye. So some type of decision was made to let Kanye come back on the platform. So he doesn't own it, but he definitely made that. And Kanye definitely tweeted the thing about the Jewish people. And remember what the problem was with his statement. He said that black people were Jewish. That was the real problem with what he said. That's a fact.
And that's always gets people.
That's what gets people weird.
Because
they believe that religions are color specific.
That's what got
That's
Nick
how
Cannon in
stupid
trouble.
these people are on the planet.
Right.
Well, Nick Cannon got in trouble because that's
right.
Yeah, it was something with the melanin.
And they made him do an hour
thinking,
podcast with an apology.
Well, I was thinking the NBC thing too, because he had a joke about NBC too. I got him in trouble initially with America's Got Talent.
Right.
But then he started saying like, specifically stuff like religious and like what is it like non-melanated people act a certain type of way and things. It started going. I was like, bro, what are you even talking about? Nick Cannon, nobody care about you.
Right. But it was specifically because again, it was the black Jewish thing. Because again, when people think Jewish, sorry, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. When people think Jewish, they always think white.
This guy comes back.
That's weird. That's a psychological thing.
Right. That's true.
Right.
That's psychological.
Yeah.
But that is how it is here, and that is how it is in Israel.
Yeah.
You think of Meyer Lansky, you don't think of black guys.
My landscape. Oh yeah, right. That's what they portray. So that's what the issue is what he said.
Right.
So it's white supremacy yet again, here in its dirty little head right in there. Always got to come around, you know. Don't forget that the KKK's handbook is called the Quran. That's why they don't. That's why the whole Muslim thing. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Wait, it's what?
It's called the Quran. Kloran.
Is it really?
That's a fact. Go ahead and Google that one, Corday. Google the Quran.
He's gonna start getting messages on like Twitter.
Yeah.
Hey man,
dude, I'm already on a watch list. I search all this kind of weird stuff up, so they already.
I bet you did.
I don't give a fuck.
Sounds like he's on a watch
It's
list.
like when you would look.
But it's like when you get pulled over and all your paperwork straight. I don't have to be nervous.
The handbook of the KKK.
Huh?
The Wikipedia says it's the handbook
and
of
it's
the
called the
KKK.
Quran.
It's kind of
the antithesis to the Quran because there's a spiritual war against Muslims, and Muslim is code for non-white people. We know what's cracking.
I never did.
Literally.
Because there's 2 billion Muslims. There's 2 billion on the planet.
That is a great way to end the episode. right, we gotta have you. We want to. Okay, look, I'm gonna say it right now.
What?
I want to have you for part 3 of the Voice Party episode of your.
Okay.
But I want to do that one live in front of an audience.
What? I'm down. Whatever.
Okay. So
Can we do it at your
whatever.
club?
If it's open.
Or if it's not, we'll do it at the.
Oh,
Burnt Ramen.
wait. You
If it's not- if
you're
it's
gonna
not-
wait a year to do part
No.
Right.
If it's not, we'll do it at the Burnt Ramen.
Wait, a year?
You mean
What the
that
fuck you
place
talking about? He
that
said it was
won't
like
be named?
February or March. That's not a year.
No, that's not
But
here,
you
yeah.
know, JD,
No, but
the
he
Burnt
said-
Ramen is shut down. We
I know,
can't
but
go
okay,
there.
But like assuming that
We'll have to
There's
find
no
another
opening.
place.
yes, but assuming that goes
That's not
completely
called the
smoothly,
Burnt
You don't
which
mind
a
doing
business never does.
Hold on. You don't mind doing it at a condemned building, right?
Whatever.
That's that's all I need to hear. That's been the Voice Party. We'll see you in 6 months at the Burnt Ramen.
Yeah.
I thought you said we couldn't.
We couldn't say Burnt